What it is, y'all, it is your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back at you today with more Dokkan Battle. Now, I'm going to go ahead and admit this video is super late. This is a video I've been trying to get out for a couple of weeks now, basically ever since Gogeta was rainbowed. We are going to be talking about Rainbow Gogeta right now. Now, a lot of people have already kind of done this, but, you know, I do mine a little bit differently. And I'll go ahead and admit, I've got a lot of recordings on this. I had a lot of attempts over the past 3 weeks, and most of my footage was just unusable. So in the past 24, 48 hours, I've had to re-record everything. So this is going to be the typical damage test you'd normally see from me. But I do have Gogeta Rainbow. I did go ahead and give him actually a couple of skill orbs. Let's go up here to the top and show you what I'm talking about here. Wherever he is at. I guess we could just go by strength and super attack level. And he's right here. So I actually have a level 5 attack skill orb. It's going to give him a little bit of extra attack damage. I do also have a little bit of extra critical hit in him. Not that that worked out in my favor, but I do have a little bit of extra critical hit in him. I unfortunately have no strength silver orbs whatsoever. I've never gotten one. It's really frustrating, to be honest. But these are the parameters under which we are going to test Gogeta. Now, initially, I wanted to do a test where I tested him, you know, SA10, SA20, full rainbow, and then with the skill orbs. Skill orbs did a little bit of a difference, but let's go ahead and jump in here. And we're going to test him at these parameters, see how good he is. And spoiler alert, these are all pre-recordings. This dude is really good. So we're going to test SA... So we're going to test him with a 12 key, an 18 key. I like to get up to 24 key, but some of these just it didn't work out. But I'm going to show you the best tests that we've got. And we're going to talk about them and talk about the damage difference and maybe some of the little bit of extra damage that was left on the table. And my top damage test, which didn't work out, and we'll talk about. So let's go ahead and just get into this cursed video. Get this over with. Get this out of the way. Maybe tomorrow we can get Vegito out of here, and then we can talk about some of the new LRs we pulled recently, start doing damage tests on those. So for now, buckle up. This is going to be interesting. All right, so we're going to jump in here with the base form test. The base form test is going to give us an idea where we begin with our damage. Remember, he gets better as he goes on. So let's go ahead and see what he does here. Now, unfortunately, and I'll talk about it, I'll pause it here in a moment. All right, so we got 2.49 million. 2.49 million as our base level. Now notice he's got 20 key that will get him most all of his damage. He still has a tiny bit left on the table, not a whole lot. But so you can expect just a little over a 2.5 mil attack stat when you first start out the fight. But remember, every single attack he does from this point on gets bigger, gets better. The dude is a monster, and I love this unit so very much. Now, we were lucky here, because in regards to this, not only did we get a pretty good test here, not as good as I would like, but a pretty good test, we also were able to get a double attack here in a moment with his 12 keys. Let's go ahead and see what that is. 1.75 million. So we got 1.75 million on the double attack. Now, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that you got 2 of those attacks. You're crippling an opponent. Add crits onto that. Oh, and of course, we're in LGE. And LGE, you know, the damage mitigation is just insane. So you could start to really see how much damage you could do. If you had type advantage and you were just sitting here whomping on an opponent like that, you could decimate them in very short order. Very short order. So you're talking... If you combine the two, if you combine the attack stat, 2.5 with another 3.5, you're talking 6 million damage capable. You know, obviously there's other mathematics that go into that and things like that. Criticals and type advantage, type disadvantage, blah, 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 blah. Plus your opponent's defenses. But you have the potential of a combined more than 6 million attack stat. That is nuts. That is crazy. But the craziness only begins there. Remember, when he transforms blue after on turn 4, he gets even more damage. And basically, you got to get 7 attacks out. So we're going to jump over here in a second and see what he does when he gets a few more hits out and see what kind of damage he produces. So I have Gogeta linked up with Kaioken Blue, and that's kind of his best partner. Kaioken Blue has all the attack links that we could ever want here, and it is really spectacular. So 4.56 million. 4.56 million attack stat on the 18 key. That's not 20 key. If he has full 24 key, that will be a 5 million attack stat. 5 million attack stat at 24 key. Remember, I'm 6 key less, and he gives himself 3 key, but we kind of got lucky on this one. Now, that is the main attack. He also has the potential of 2 backup attacks. Let's see what those can do. Okay? So 4.56, remember that? Bam. Alright, you get hit for 1 million on a base attack. Bam. 3.66 million. So if he gets 2 of these, that's 7 million. That's over 11 million attack stat. Combine all 3 attacks if you get 3 of these. Now, once again, calculate that out. Start adding in criticals, start adding in type advantage, things like that. This dude can hit like a flippin' truck. But that's not all. There's still so much more left in this guy because he has an active skill. Let's see what kind of damage he does here. I honestly don't remember. Alright, crash, bang. Hit him 2.45 mil with a crit on LG. So that's very, very, very respectable. Very respectable. But remember, like I said, he's got an active skill too. So let's jump over. Let's see what the active skill by itself does, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that here in a moment. So we've got Goku's active skill, or Gogeta's active skill, I'm sorry. Here's where we're going to go with this. Let's just see what kind of damage he produces, and let's do a quick comparison. Now, we'll have to roughly calculate out the attack stat, but 4.75 million. No critical, just 4.75 million. Start thinking about what that would actually be. I'd actually have to sit down and calculate that out, but I can tell you right now, insane is the number. Insane. And that's just his active. Remember, that's not the active with his attack. Now, with the team that I built, we could do something even more insane. Imagine for a moment, we have Super Saiyan 4 Goku on this team. He gets 33%, I believe, to your attack. You have this active skill, which adds to the attack of Gogeta as well. So that's a big boost to Gogeta's attack. Then imagine for just a brief moment, you stack Dokkan on top of that. Unfortunately, and I'll show you the results here in just a moment, but unfortunately, I wasn't actually able to pull that off, and I'll show you why. There's a really, really, really unfortunate but good reason why that didn't happen. So we're a little further, we basically restarted the event, and my goal here was to get Dokkan with both of the active skills, and well, here's why that didn't go so well. Alright, so we've got Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Now, if Goku is able to knock down SSG with his active skill, then, in theory, Gogeta should get his too. So let's go ahead and do Goku's active skill, see what he does here. Okay? And we already know this is a big hit. But remember, this is going to improve Gogeta across the board. So we got 1.94 mil, 1.94 mil damage with a crit, obviously. Let's see what Gogeta does. Now, pay close attention to how this goes down. Alright. So Gogeta's coming in. 3.95 million. Now, that is without critical. That is 3.95 million. Base attack. No crits. No nothing. I say base attack, but active skill, and SSG is wiped out. Or, yeah, he's gone. Those 2 hits wiped him the hell out. I have tried this for the past 48 hours, time and time and time again. I've had to do dozens of runs on LGE, trying to replicate this with int UI, and I have not been able to quite capture it. But if you can imagine just the raw power of these 2 units, with their active skills engaged, and if you had Dokkan, because we were really close there, like we would have had Dokkan with just a few more orbs, it would have been a done deal. But unfortunately, it's just too much. Like, it kills everybody. I've gotten the same thing. We did this. We walked into UI Sign, and they wiped him out completely. We walked into int UI, and the only thing that I couldn't do is I couldn't quite line it up so that when I hit with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he would never get a crit for whatever reason. It was just RNGesus was not blessing me at that moment in time. But you can use your imagination here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say easily, just on the Dokkan attack, you're probably talking 11, 12 mil attack stat with everything added in there. That's just a rough guesstimate. So if you can pull that off, definitely let me know in the comment section up below. I challenge you guys to try to see if you can, if you've got a Gogeta at all, just see what you could do. Let me know in the comments section if you're able to make that happen. Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the Kamehameha team with the new Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, the Dokkan Fest one that we just got for 3rd anniversary, with a good link partner. Now, you want a link partner that has Warrior Gods, Super Saiyan, and Fierce Battle. You don't have to have Fierce Battle on that unit. There are units that don't have Fierce Battle, but the one that I've been using, the one that was our exclusive for a brief period of time, he's decent. He takes a lot of damage in these events, but he is okay and will survive. There's a lot of others that I don't feel so firmly about, but those are the 3 links you need to worry about, because those are the 3 main attack links. If you can get those, then you can use, obviously, orb changers to get whatever orbs you need. Just drop items at that point. But I'm going to be real, I just was never able to replicate it. And I won't say distraught about it, but I do feel like it is a major failure. So that is Gogeta, though. The damage is out of this flippin' world. He is so good. And I have not put any Kais into Vegito. I'm really looking forward to actually testing him SA10 to SA20 to 100%, like we should have done with Gogeta. So hopefully we can pull that off here in the next 24 hours or so. Stay tuned for that, but that is the damage test. I am really impressed by Gogeta. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section down below. But now, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Follow my Birdman. I don't do Booker anymore, but I will catch you guys on the next one.